Hey y'all, I wanted to talk to you for a few minutes for those who would be interested in this. I was going to talk to you about some goals that we are setting. You always hear me probably say this: I've not arrived. I'm not trying to act like I have, and I'm no expert in this area. I'm just telling you kind of what we're doing now. Maybe give you some inspiration, as I've been inspired by others as well. Things like this truly help me, and sometimes you just need to refocus, But now listen, the Bible does talk about in the last days how one thing it says is that men will be lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. So I want to make it clear that I'm constantly praying that I won't have my focus more on pleasures. We need to be more kingdom minded. But on the other side of that, one thing I've been guilty of is thinking so much in that direction of things that it would be wrong to do things. I mean, this is coming from a place that I really have thought those things. And honestly, if you read my post a few weeks ago about my humble beginnings, maybe too what factored in me feeling that way of feeling like, it was wrong to do things like, have goals for bigger things, was because of my, where I came from and not having much. And so I was just so used to that. When I got married to Andy, when I was growing up, we did take a few trips here and there. And my dad was always really good at spending time with me and my sisters and taking us places. And he was just really fun. I do remember going to Disney World when I was 3 years old, and we stayed there. And I don't remember every detail, of course, because I was super young, but there's a lot that I do remember staying on, the grounds of Disney World. And we stayed in this hotel where we went. There was the steps were inside a football. And it was just so special to me. And just hearing the music and seeing the castle. Anyway, things like that were super special to me. So there were a few things that I got to do, thankfully. And that was because I think my dad's work paid for it at the time. But when I got married to Andy, getting back to that, he was so used to going on vacations every year. Not that they even had a bunch of money growing up, but they always worked hard and just made sure that they made it special for him and his siblings. His parents is who I was referring to as they. I hate when I do that. But I guess you could catch on to that. But anyway, maybe before I continue, maybe you're in that place where you feel like, I don't know, sometimes things just seem so impossible. Sometimes if you've been raised up a certain way, maybe you feel like you'll never be able to experience what certain people get to experience. And especially in the time that we're living in, people put their stuff right on social media. And it just looks like their life is so just extravagant, or however you want to say it. Looks like they just get to do amazing things. And a lot of times that's true these days. And I too have seen other people's posts, and it excites me when I see those things. I love that we can kind of experience it through their pictures. But then there's a struggle. And I know this is a common topic now that people try to get across, about comparing on social media. And it's even easy to allow our hearts to start coveting, which is a sin. Not that you're not happy for them, but like I said, maybe you feel like those things you'll never get to do. Now, sometimes people really are able to do it, and it does look like it appears to us. It is how it appears, whatever. But other times, maybe it looks a certain way, but behind the scenes, maybe people went into debt and they're still paying for it months later after they posted those pictures. Things like that. My goodness, I don't even know why I'm talking in that direction. I didn't even plan to do that. I do this all the time. I go everywhere. But my point is, so we've been refocused lately. I'm embarrassed to say a few things, but I'm going to tell you anyway. So we did take a Dave Ramsey class a couple years ago. And Dave Ramsey, if you have heard him before, he says the all famous line, You need to tell your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. In other words, you need to budget. Put every dollar, every penny in a category, every category. And like, I'm no expert on budgeting, but instead of, spending stuff and then you have no clue where your money went, even a dollar here, a dollar there, 10, 20, just throwing your money out the window on food. We are bad about food. Okay, so that's what I was going to say. Andy, this past week, but he got to looking at our bank statements, I guess you could call it, just kind of going over, what we've spent, and especially on food. He wanted to see how much we'd spent on food. And I'm embarrassed to say this. Feels sinful to say this. We love to eat out. Just by using our debit card, we had spent, within 3 weeks, over $300 on eating out. That's terrible. We probably would have spent $500 in an entire month. So, okay. So yeah, that is terrible. Because we had stopped really paying attention and budgeting and all that stuff, paying attention to what we were spending, and we just got out of control because we become unfocused and unintentional. You really have to be intentional if you're gonna be responsible and good stewards of what you have. There's like a hair on my lip, sorry. But yeah, that was bad. So we are focusing in and trying to do better. I'm trying to do better in a lot of areas. I couldn't even tell you everything I'm trying to work on right now. But yeah. So we're eating at home a lot. I have failed in that area. I have not been intentional enough at planning meals and things like that, but I'm trying to do better. And so we ate out the other day with our gift cards that we got for Christmas. But I think other than that, we've done pretty good. Just in a week's time, there's no telling how much money we've saved by not going out and getting stuff. It's amazing if you just do things like that. Like I said, I'm no expert, so I'm not even going to go into all the, details. Maybe one day if I feel like I'm doing pretty good for a while, maybe I can do a video on that. But so, yeah. Listen, next year, if the Lord does not return before then, and if all goes well, Andy is planning on going to Israel. So he's saving up money right now. While he's gone, he'll probably be gone for like a week and a half or 2 weeks, which is, I don't even want to think about it. I'm going to start crying. That's super hard for me to think about him being gone that long. I don't think we've been gone from each other for more than 2 days. So while he's gone, I told him, I said, well, I'm going to save up money too so I can do something, because I don't want to just sit around here all the time. So it's kind of giving me a goal. And then also he's got a something in mind. I'll just say it like that instead of telling what it is. That it's going to cost quite a bit of money. But he's got a plan to do something in the near future. So yeah, a project he's going to be working on. But there's just so many things. And many times we feel like it's out of reach, but we just got to be intentional about it. And I'm excited because it's given me something to reach towards. So I'm going to leave on this note. What about you? Do you have goals, dreams? I just want to get your mind thinking. Like, listen, I was a part of this business a few years back, and Lord, I wasn't cut out for the job for that particular business. But I tell you what it did for me. And I will always appreciate it because it pushed me in certain areas and it got me focused on my dreams that I never thought I could even reach for. And I've been able to mark off certain dreams because of that business, because of the focus that they put towards, dreams. I think we can focus too much on them. This life, we're not supposed to be reaching for that stuff all the time. We're supposed to be reaching for the kingdom more. But, if we're just living here and just not being responsible and not reaching for anything and just sitting around with no drive. That's not God's will either. And so, anyway, but in that business, it had us create a dream board. I got a trifold poster, and I had pictures printed off that I wanted to reach for. And I'm telling you, it's amazing when you finally get to see those dreams come to pass. It's amazing. And so, how about you? How about you? I want to personally create a dream board myself again. What about you? What are you dreaming of? And, I don't know. I'm not the one to measure if your dream is too big or impossible, but maybe this can inspire you, and refocus, get you to refocus on, reaching. Every dollar that you save could be towards that goal. Instead of buying, a pillow for $10 or whatever, or, whatever it is, subscriptions, things that you're subscribed to, whatever it is that's taking up your money, food, fast food, just going to do stuff that really you don't have to do. Each time you're tempted to spend that money, not that you can't spend any money, but each time you're tempted, I heard it like this even yesterday, take that money. Each time you're going to spend it, each time you're tempted to spend that money on something, and then remember what you truly want, the long-term goal or even short-term goal, and you take that money that you're going to spend and you save it and put it towards that very thing. So I've got some things I'm saving up for, and I got some big dreams even. So yeah, I'm really excited. So hey, even it would be fun to hear from you if you want to comment below and just tell me some things that you would love to reach for. And I want to be the friend to tell you, go ahead and do it. Start saving up for it, and see where you'll be even in a month, a few months, a year. If it's a car you're saving for, whatever. I could go on and on, but let me encourage you today to start towards that goal. And while you're doing that, I'm going to be working on mine too. You guys have a great day.